but he actually turned up here for a very unlikely match, Mark Selby against Graham Dott. He'd been away for a few months, hadn't been to any tournaments. He kind of missed it. Why he chose to come to that match, I don't know, but he 54. Did. He saw everyone again. He realised he actually quite liked being on the circuit. Of course, he came back for the 55. World Championship, won that, and has just kept going ever since.
$62. 63.
So this frame has been going 4 minutes and is nearly over.
Yes, I think he played into an area where he felt he would have a choice of reds, always the one to the left middle. But now that he's on the other red to the right corner, he'll be playing that one. So I think the art of break building is playing shots like that. We've always got a backup red, which in this case, to middle, he didn't need. And I think if they could carry on now, and of course they never can, but I think this would be over fairly soon, quite honestly. But there is an interval and that can change things, but it's going to have to change a lot of things.
72.
Well, it's pretty devastating, this is. I think the second frame actually was quite big. It was probably the least aesthetically pleasing of the four, but O'Sullivan dug in, got it on the board, and has motored since. 87 in the last, already up to 77 here, with a chance to make his 84th Masters century.
78.
And this is the way from 7 each in that UK 84. Final. He sort of clicked into gear, just unleashed 3 big breaks to 85. Win it.
This break has been reminiscent of a lot of the breaks he made early in his career, where he's just running around the table,
90.
just pointing his cue, the general direction, see ball, pop ball, basically, and he's almost rolling back the years with it, I think, here. It's a lovely break, fluent, and pretty brilliant, actually. Look at this. On the red with a chance to
90.
Screw it in onto his colour. Fabulous stuff, this.
99.
Yes, this black for Masters century, 84. And you just know there's going to be many more. This is what they came to see.
106.
And Ronnie O'Sullivan has duly delivered. The break ends at 106. That frame was 6.5 minutes. And it leaves Ronnie O'Sullivan 2 frames from a place in the quarterfinals. And Ding Junhui has got it all to do when they come back in 15 minutes' time. He's not scored at all himself. And it's Ronnie O'Sullivan leading at the interval by 4 frames to 0.
Thank you. Frame 5, Ding Junhui to break.
All right, now Ding just needs a frame. He's never been whitewashed in the Masters. It's such a high-profile event. You don't want that on your CV. He has had opportunities. He's had chances. Not always been straightforward, and his usual sort of silky cue ball control hasn't been there either, and straight away it's not the best break-off here in frame 5. Ronnie O'Sullivan breaks of 87 and 106 in the last 2 frames. There's the pot success at 94%, and already 1 to go at here. And just watching that cue ball, just sort of willing it to hold up. It's just run on a bit. Average shot time, 15 seconds, although that century was over in the blink of an eye.
Yes, he decided not to roll up to anything here or play the yellow. This is the big shot. And they're never going to be easy, those. I suppose when you're falling up, they're easier, but
6.
however many times players practice them, they're missable. As obviously was that one. I'm a little surprised that stayed out, that one. It hit that same jaw that Ding Junhui had on earlier that he thought was in. And I guess it was always right-sided of the pocket.
Well, it's a relief for Ding because all he did was break off, and on another day that could have been all he would have done. Just on the century Sullivan made, he's 84th in the Masters. Second place on that list, Stephen Hendry, a great player, 46. So that shows you how far ahead O'Sullivan is on that metric.
I think a lot of things will have to change from the mid-session interval onwards for the match to be turned around. Combination of Ding playing a lot better, and for some reason Ronnie just, his charge being derailed. It doesn't seem any of that much likely to happen. You never know in snooker, of course. And Ronnie's concentration, maybe at 4-0 up, it mightn't be quite as fixed as it would be. Oh well, there you are. The luck plays a part. He's not had any there.
6.
It's an odd place to finish, actually, from that shot. Now, what's he spotted here? Can he get to one of the reds? Oh, goodness me, what a shot that is. I mean, it really was. He could only just get to it. He knew that he could drop it in, and the pink was waiting for him. But as far as cueing, it's a beautiful shot to middle. The break appeared to be over, didn't it? Really did. Just fabulous cueing.
Yeah, and now, what a chance to get going again.
30. $14. $20. $21.
Well, I don't think he'd be too concerned with the black being tied up because there's so many other scoring balls here. Reds all strewn around the middle of the table. So, question of how many he makes
26.
without the use of the black. That's a good shot. That's
27.
nicely steered back up for the blue.
$32. $33.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about most centuries, you know, and 46 is plenty, but 84, my word, he's a long way ahead of everyone else.
39. $40.
Yeah, I mean, records like that, it's hard to know how that could be broken. First of all, Sullivan is still playing, and anyone that would get to more would have to be playing for a long time at the highest level. So I think we can put that one away for the foreseeable.
45.
I just feel like he's just freestyling it a bit here. He's not He's not playing with that
46.
sort of precision in his game. He's just putting his cue through the ball. I think he's not been put under any pressure, and he doesn't appear to be under any, quite honestly. Oh, there's one from nowhere.
Sullivan 46. Ding Junhui 5.
Don't know if he's done a lot of damage. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Where do you start there? I was thinking about it when he came to the table. He got a really awkward red to the top pocket or the right middle. Yeah, 4-0 down, 50 behind, 47 behind. Where do you really start? And he missed the first red.
1.
Just needs another red. If he takes the pink and lands on the red, I think that'll be another frame gone.
Seven.
Wow. That's
Sullivan 7.
a miss of huge proportions. I think he was on the walk for his next shot. He did take his eye off it. It was a little bit sloppy, even by Sullivan standards. Yeah, the frame's not over. That was frame ball.
I think it's what you said, Neil. I think because he's not been put under pressure, he's just sort of taken maybe that one a bit for granted. Well, let's see. I mean, if there's a comeback, it's got to start here. If he can make the clearance, then you just never know.
Well, I mean, it's a red that Sullivan wouldn't miss once in 1,000.
8.
You know, if he was just trying to roll it in or whatever, and yeah, I think he just thought about the next thing that he was on. But ultimately, you know, it was a frame ball.
9.
And that cannot be denied. So he hadn't really any right to miss it.
Put it this way, if it's 4 each in the match, he doesn't miss it, does he? Well, let's see. Can Ding land this ball?
$17.
Well, he's one positional shot away from becoming favoured in the frame. If he can land in behind the red, that'll be the case. That's a beautiful shot. Yeah, that's the best control shot he's played in the match. It was delightfully kept under complete control. Well, I don't think anyone could have seen this coming, not from where the balls were, about a shot or two before O'Sullivan missed.
No, I mean, the frame and indeed the
29.
match was sort of petering out, so it seemed.
31.
You get a big cheer if he can clear these, because he's a very popular player, and also the crowd here, they want to see a match.
$34.
This is the red again.
I mean, you can usually find a reason, positionally or whatever, why someone might miss. And I think the only reason I could think of is he had no thought about missing it, and he was on to the next shot. It's not really a very good excuse. Where the balls were about a shot or two before Sullivan missed.
As it is, Junhui has made the clearance and he's not out of this yet. He won't be whitewashed, and who knows, that could be the start of the comeback. A big moment. Ding clears to trail 4-1. We'll see whether it's damage limitation or whether it is the start of something.
Well, if it is to be the start of something, it's in gigantic turnaround from a position of absolutely nothing in favour of Ding. But it's just a frame at this stage. Now, if there's a lesson, even for the great man O'Sullivan, the best player we've ever seen pick up a cue, if there's a lesson, it's still not to get ahead of yourself. And, the game is never so simple that you can just do that. And I think he did there. The other thing to sort of use a snookering cliche, the snooker god's going to take a dim view of O'Sullivan's
4.
that missed in that last frame, and it's going to turn the sort of rub of the green around. All of that we don't know, but it is good at least to see participating in this match a little more than he was. No, well, that was the plan, to kiss the yellow, because he nearly missed the red and cue ball came off at a bad angle. He might be able to get into the bunch here. He's playing top of the board. I don't think he is.
Nine.
Other things are going in cleanly. Doesn't matter because they're going in, but he's just a little bit jumpy at the moment still, Ding.
$17. $18.
Decent shot, but he just ever so slightly lost the cue ball here. Rolling the black in. He might. I mean, he's looked across at the pink. It looks a difficult pot to me. Can't believe he wouldn't take the black on. Yeah. Just got to get a little cannon, I think, on a red. That'll do very nicely. Very fine shot. Well recovered.
25.
Yeah, and he's showing good fight here, which sometimes in the past people have questioned. But, he's ready to make that clearance. That was a big black, as you say. He's opened the reds So, exactly where he wants to be here.
26.
When for all the world it was 5-0 and then probably over very shortly after that, suddenly there's a glimmer here for Ding to get back into this.
$33. 34. $39. 40.
It was billed as a potential classic, you know, and the match of the round. It might end up being it, but at no point in the early exchanges did it appear to be anything like that. Ding wasn't really playing, he was getting in frames,
45.
but not punishing O'Sullivan at all. The irony would be, of course, if he started to punish him,
46.
you know, on the back of the previous frame, it just could be something of a game changer.
$53. 54.
Well, he has a shot to cannon the two reds. I'm not sure he needs to play that shot here, but he might be forced into doing so. Yeah, I mean, I guess something could have gone wrong, but for all the world, it appears he's won this frame. Red colour, and he has.
60.
Two reds means O'Sullivan won't even come out of his chair.
61.
If he is to make a comeback, this was just the kind of frame he needed to follow up the last one.
Yeah, he made the clearance and then he wins the frame in one visit. So golden spell in the match for
68.
Ding.
69.
Of course, he has done one thing Ronnie O'Sullivan hasn't, and that's to make a maximum in the Masters. That was back in 2007. One in the history of the tournament.
76. 77. 85.
It's been a beautiful break, has to be said. He's played lovely shots. There was one recovery where he screwed off the bunch, got low on the black and played a lovely cannon to hold.
92.
Well, he's not on the red now. Little swerve. It's a pity he never made a century from there, but he's won the frame comfortably.
Yeah, he was scratching around, wasn't he, for scraps. Suddenly it's a feast of scoring from Ding. 92. Right back in it now, trailing 4-2. So Ronnie O'Sullivan, who spent most of the afternoon at the table, spent virtually the whole of that last frame in his seat. Ding Junhui has won the last two. 4-2, still O'Sullivan in front. But it was a match, as I say, that looked like it was just petering out. Now it's got interesting. Certainly if he could win this one, 4-3, you just never know. You can keep O'Sullivan on 4.
Thank
and
you.
He's got a chance
Frame
here.
7. Ding Junhui to break.
The significance, I think, of the last frame was that Ding did win it in one visit. Didn't need 2 or 3. So the sort of mood has changed a little here at Ali Pali.
Yeah, I mean, I think the next frame becomes... I know we always talk about frames being important, but if Ding just gets within one, I mean, how could you have seen that coming? Certainly in the early, maybe the first hour and a bit, you wouldn't have thought that was possible. And he just wants to try and get within touching distance of Sullivan here. And if he's not scoring, he's just got to play defensive shots like that last one and see if O'Sullivan tries to force the issue, leaves him chances. O'Sullivan is no different to anyone else. He knows he absolutely should have been 5-0 up. It's a loose one. He kind of tried to get the cue ball up the other end of the table on that, and of course if you miss the pot on the thin side, that cue ball's never going to head in the direction it was meant to, and he hit it thin, so cue ball's going nowhere towards bulk. Now then, here's a Ding Junhui opportunity, and over the years he's made a series of big breaks from positions like this. Yes, he's playing the greatest break build of all time, but he's pretty masterful around the black spot himself.
He really is. You speak to players, they always say they love just watching Ding in this sort of position. Maybe not when they're playing him so much, but when they're watching.
9.
I think the red to the left of the black will go to the right corner now. I know he's not on the red this time, but at some point if you can shift that red away, then there's nothing much to stop it. Yes, the red will fly. Put in a little quick one there though, didn't he? That wasn't his smoothest strike.
16.
I don't know if there's a plant, those two reds to the just below the black. I don't think they're on as a plant. Now, he shouldn't really have a shot quite this difficult so early in the break. Maybe they are a plant. Oh, goodness. I was going to say good shot, but he was quite lucky that plant existed. It's from the previous shot.
$24. 25.
Well, he's still on blacks, and you've got to say they are sitting nice here. I mentioned in the last frame he's one of only 3 players to make a maximum in the Masters in 50 years of the tournament.
$33.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a chance yesterday Luca Brazil had where you just thought that it was a wonderful chance, and as you rightly say, I mean, there's absolutely nothing difficult about this, where the balls are placed anyway. Ding's shot, he's a little bit rushed at the moment. I know he's in and he could make a big break,
40.
but it's a little bit of rushed about his backswing and follow through. That one was nicer than some of the previous. when he's in amongst them, it doesn't matter so much. But on forcing shots, he all seems to happen a little too quickly.
$48. $49.
40 years on from the first, Kirk Stevens in that white suit against Jimmy White in that unbelievable semi-final. Most recent Marco Fu, 2015. Dings was in 2007.
56. $57. $64. $65.
Yes, and he didn't push that red in front of the other one, which was significant. Yes, the frame needs to be won, and he's soon to do that, it would appear. So now, he's not going to miss this next red, and he can really concentrate on something very special.
72.
Well, now that miss from
73.
O'Sullivan in frame 5 really does feel big, doesn't it? Suddenly it's all ding.
$81.
I always say this, in the position of the pink ball in a 147, it's almost never on its spot. I think I've seen it because, of course, he's never been potted, but he's so close to it. I mean, sometimes it'll be close to it. There's no issues on that score. You know, this, I mean, really is as good a chance as you'll see.
$89.
He's made 6 in his career, 6 maximums. Look at all the faces in the background. Are they going to see something very special here?
Well, he's okay on that red, and the crowd realise that.
96.
Positionally, on these reds, he's got to be perfect on them.
97.
He could play on the red to the left middle. That would ensure that he'd be on the black from it. Or if he plays a different shot, he's got to get it right. And he has got it right.
There's the century, but they're all willing him on for more.
$105.
This is the crucial shot of the break for me. Getting on the red at the correct angle to take another black with it. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Now it's on 8 more pots for a moment of history.
Doesn't want to be straight on this. I think he is straight. That means he's got to get that cue ball back off the cushion. Trace of right-hand reverse side. It's a little pacey, but not too bad. Well, not too good either, I suppose.
Well, they're all nervous. We're nervous. How's he feeling?
I think he's just got to drop this in, and it could go wrong. That was very coolly played.
425.
So a match where he was nowhere, looking like going 5-0 down to that man. He made the clearance. He made the 92 in the last, and this now is turning into a very memorable frame indeed. No one has made more than one maximum in this tournament. There's only been 3 in 50 years. Ding made 3 balls to go.
Yes, he's just not quite as straight as he'd like to be. He's got to use a cushion here. That is okay. That is fine. He's not behind it, but he'll be settling for this. What a moment this is.
Unbelievable. Ding Junhui needs the black. It will be his 2nd maximum break in the Masters. Wonderful. What a break. The crowd